What is going on, guys? It's your boy Chris here. So, I'm going to do a video. It's a special of 3 videos in 2 days. It's a record for me. But I have been accused of never saying anything positive about All Elite Wrestling. So, I'm going to use this video to just this one time, and one time only, to mention everything that I like about All Elite Wrestling. Just to prove a point that I don't hate everything about them. You ready? Here goes. 1. Unlike a lot of people online who kind of shit on this hiring, I'm actually happy for Will Washington. I've known Will for quite some time. I was a fan of his podcasts. I'm happy he has a job there. He's a good dude, okay? He really is a good dude. I met my friend Theron, whose fantasy league I've been in for quite some time. I met him through that, and through Now Playing Now, one of his other plays, an entertainment podcast. So that's one thing. That's a big thing I like about AEW, is they gave a friend of mine a job, or someone I consider to be a friend a job. He's a good dude. I'm happy for him. He knows his wrestling from being involved in the podcasting game for a long time. He does have good ideas. Whether they're listening to him or not, I don't know, but he has a job there, so that's one thing. That's the big thing I'm happy for. I'm also happy. I also am a fan of Swerve Strickland. I like Swerve. I like Swerve as a kill shot. I liked him on the indies. I like him. I liked him as Swerve Scott in WWE, and I like him in AEW. Him and Prince Nana work together. The shit just works. I love Prince Nana. There's another one. Prince Nana and the dance. I love it. Okay? That's another thing I love about AEW. The Gun Club. Or the Bullet Club Gold, or whatever they're called now. The Bang Bang Gang. I love those guys. I love Juice Robinson. That dude has weird charisma, and I love it. Jay White deserves much better than he's getting. And the Guns, I love them as a tag team. So there's that. That's another thing I love. I'm a big fan of the House of Black. I love Malachi Black. I like Julia Hart. Buddy Matthews and Brody King are okay. I like Sky Blue. I mean, who doesn't like Sky Blue? I think we all love Sky Blue. I love Willow Nightingale. There's another one. I love Willow Nightingale. I am a big fan of Chris Statlander, and I like the heel turn. Her new theme is a banger. Get that up on Apple Music. What the fuck, man? What are y'all waiting for? We need that song on Apple Music. Fuck are you doing? So there's that. I do think they have a very talented roster of talent. Sometimes I don't know what they're doing with people. I'm a big fan of Will Hobbs. I love Will Hobbs. I'm a big fan of Will Hobbs. I like Ricky Stark. I've said that. MJF on the mic is gold. So there's that. Let's see. What else do I like about AEW? The production has gotten slightly better over the past 5 years. Every now and then I have a hiccup with the sound or some audio or something like that. It'll be a hiccup. But it's not as bad as it was when it first began, so that's improved. That's a positive. Let me think. What else do I like about AEW? I like, no, I'm not a big fan of that. Bear with me, I'm thinking. I've got to think about something else they did that I like. I do like the Owen Hart tournament. I do like that. I love the promo they did for Jeff Jarrett on Saturday because it made me go from I don't give a fuck about Jeff Jarrett, why is he in this, to I would be okay if Jeff Jarrett won this motherfucker because of his relationship with Owen and the story he told leading into it. They should do more of that with their wrestlers. It made me care about Jeff Jarrett, which I didn't before. And that's something you can use to help build up your wrestlers to make people care. That's a positive thing that they did, and they should do it more often. So there's that. I'm trying to think. What else do I like? Trying here. I've already mentioned I'm a big fan of Will Hobbs, right? Like I said that. I like Hook and Samoa Joe and Shibata together. That's a funny. There's a weird chemistry there that I like. With Joe and Hook and Shibata. I like that team where they're doing the walk away, the Samoa Joe walk away, and Joe's kind of judging of what it. I like that. So there's that. I like that team. Daniel Garcia, another thing I like. The Daniel Garcia dance got over with me. I'm a fan of the Garcia dance. The shit's just, it's just infectious. So I like that. Tony Khan sewing the neck brace. I did a whole video on how fucking great that was. Him wearing the neck brace at the NFL draft. I still think that was fucking great. Had he not cut did the fucking interview where he did the Harvey Weinstein comparison with Vince, like that would have been great. But him wearing the neck brace, I thought it was fantastic. Him signing the neck brace to make donations for St. Jude's Hospital, which is Rich Eisen's thing, that was a very, very, very cool fucking thing that Tony Khan did. And I love the fact that he did that. So there's that. So there are things in AEW that I do like. Okay? There are things. So the idea that I hate everything AEW is not true. I just mentioned like 50 fucking things I like about AEW. Are they perfect? No. They have fucking problems. And calling those problems out doesn't mean that I want them to die or that I fucking hate them. I don't hate them, and I don't want them to die. We need wrestling to be competitive with more than one fucking company in the fucking game, because we saw what happened with WWE ran everything. It was a fucking disaster. Okay? Also, to address something somebody said online. A lot of people, here's the thing with AEW, and this applies to WWE, this applies to TNA, this applies to MLW, this applies to NWA, CZW, GCW, New Japan, All Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah, AAA, CMLL, like your mama's backyard, Wrestling Federation, or whatever fucking federation you want to talk about. If they are on television somewhere, there's a certain amount of grace period that people give it. Okay? At some point, people will decide, this isn't for me, and they'll peace out. For everyone asking why the viewership's dropping in AEW, or why the viewership dropped at WWE, or why the viewership dropped in other promotions, there's your fucking answer. People looked at it, they said, this isn't for me, and they stopped watching it. That's why the ratings have gone down in every wrestling promotion that is on television right now. People said, this isn't for me, I'm going to watch something else. It's as simple as that. The issue with the AEW is they've gone from as high as 1 million people, and in the past 3 years, They have dropped to last week's 502,000 viewers. That is incredibly problematic when you are in contract negotiations for a new television deal. Now, a lot of people don't want to hear that or don't want to register that that's a problem for whatever reason. I don't understand. But if you don't see a problem there, I don't know what to fucking tell you. But that's a fucking problem. Despite all the positives I just mentioned and all the things I like about AEW and all the things I enjoy about AEW, the biggest problem they have right now is they are losing viewers at a substantial rate in the middle of a time period where if you're negotiating for a new deal, you can't afford that shit to be happening. Okay? You just can't. And that's not me being negative about AEW. That's me being realistic. WWE already has their TV deals set for their programs. They're going to be on CW, NXT to be on CW, SmackDown's moving to the USA, and WWE's going to Netflix, where there's not going to be any censorship on Netflix. They can get away with damn near whatever they want. As far as language, blood, and all that stuff they can do on Netflix because there's no rating on Netflix as far as what they're going to do. It can be TVMA or TV like 817 plus or whatever. They'll be able to do all that stuff, and it won't make a difference because people are still going to watch. So there's the point, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? WWE has their TV deals already set. Hell, NWA has a deal with CW on their app. They've got streaming. ROH doesn't have streaming. AEW just signed a deal with Triller in the middle of negotiating with Turner or Warner Bros. Discovery. Does anybody else see anything weird about that? Signing a deal with Triller when you're in a negotiating window with Warner Bros. Discovery? That means that Warner Bros. Discovery did not want AEW on Max. They didn't want ROH on Max. That's why they went to Triller. So if they didn't want them streaming on Max, that tells me they don't want them at all. Now, it's entirely possible that they sign a new deal and something gets done. And when that happens, if that happens, I will be the first to come on here and say I was wrong. I will come on here, I'll record a video, I'll eat my plates. I'll eat my plates of wrong. And I have no problem doing that if I'm wrong. Because when you're wrong about something, you own that shit, you man up, you own it, you take that ownership of it, and you keep it moving. And I will do that if that deal takes place. But if they do get a deal, it's not going to be the deal that everyone was talking, that $1 billion, that ain't coming. That's not going to be what the deal is. I can tell you that right now. It'll be nowhere near what Meltzer was saying or all these others were saying it was going to be. Not even fucking close. So, that's all I've got for this video. I'm doing this. I did this initially to prove a point. But then I kind of went into there's other things that are going on here. But there are things in AEW that I do like, and I just mentioned all of them. Okay? From people that work there, a lot of talent on the roster that I like. I mentioned all of that here. So that's all I got to say about it. If you still think I hate AEW, let me be clear. I don't hate AEW. I don't want them to go out of business. I want them to survive. The wrestling business needs competition to survive. Period. There are things that if they don't fix, then right the ship on, they will not stay in business and they will be done for. Period. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Peace.